Have you ever wondered what makes a woman truly unforgettable in a man's eyes? Maybe you think it's beauty, intelligence, or charm. But the truth goes deeper than appearances or quick wit. The most magnetic women don't just attract, they inspire. They leave an impression not because of what they do for others, but because of who they are at their core. Men can't forget a woman who understands her worth, lives fully with passion, and radiates a calm, confident energy. It's not about striving to please him, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. Imagine walking into a room, owning your space, not loudly but with quiet strength. Imagine embracing your emotions without letting them control you, creating connections that linger long after the conversation ends. This is the essence of Stoic philosophy applied to modern relationships, mastering emotional intelligence, living with purpose, and finding peace within yourself. In this video, we'll guide you step by step to unlock these powerful Stoic principles. You'll learn how to embrace your authenticity, cultivate mystery, and live a life that inspires. These are lessons that can transform not just your relationships, but your entire perspective on life. So, take this moment to invest in yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and let us know in the comments. What inspires you to be unforgettable? Together, let's start this transformative journey. 1. Embrace your authenticity. Have you ever considered the power of simply being yourself? In a world where perfection is often celebrated, authenticity stands out. Being authentic doesn't mean you're flawless. It means you're proud of the qualities that make you unique. This is what draws people closer. Men are naturally captivated by a woman who exudes honesty, someone who makes them feel at ease and connected. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and how we present ourselves. As Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing what a good person should be. Be one. When you embrace your true self, you embody this principle, showing strength and grace in your authenticity. Too often we fall into the trap of trying to impress others. We change our preferences, adjust our behavior, and mask our true selves to fit into someone else's ideal. But authenticity is what truly creates a lasting impact. Imagine this. On a first date, instead of pretending to love his favorite band, you share your quirky passion for collecting vintage postcards from thrift stores. This honesty not only sets you apart, but also invites you to connect with the real you. When you live authentically, you send a powerful message. I am enough as I am. This confidence is magnetic because it reflects inner peace and emotional intelligence, qualities that are rare and deeply valued. Embracing authenticity also means embracing vulnerability. You might worry that showing your true feelings will make you appear weak, but the opposite is true. Vulnerability builds trust and fosters deeper connections. Consider sharing a personal story of resilience, such as a time when you failed but grew stronger through the experience. Saying something like, I once poured my heart into a project that didn't work out, but it taught me resilience and adaptability, invites understanding and admiration. As Epictetus said, no great thing is created suddenly. Your willingness to share your journey, flaws and all, demonstrates growth and strength. It's these imperfections that make you relatable and unforgettable. Take time to identify what truly matters to you. These values should guide your actions and decisions. When you live by them, you'll naturally attract those who respect and admire your authenticity. Whether it's your favorite food, music, or hobby, own it. There's beauty in individuality, and your interests are a window into who you are. Recognize that no one is perfect, and that's okay. Flaws make you human and approachable. Men are drawn to women who are real, not rehearsed. Authenticity creates a sense of safety and comfort because it allows others to drop their own defenses. Picture yourself sharing an honest moment about a challenge you faced or a dream you're chasing. It's this kind of openness that creates lasting bonds. If he talks about a challenge at work, instead of trying to match his story or offer solutions, you can respond with empathy. That sounds tough. I admire how you're handling it. This type of genuine acknowledgement strengthens emotional connections and shows that you value his perspective. Authenticity isn't about boasting or drawing attention to yourself. It's about being confident in your worthlessness and remaining humble. As Seneca said, begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. Embrace each moment as an opportunity to express your true self, free from fear or pretense. When you're authentic, you also inspire authenticity in others. Your openness encourages them to let their guard down and connect on a deeper level. Living authentically doesn't mean staying stagnant. It means striving to align your actions with your values while embracing your imperfections. By doing so, you create a life filled with meaning and purpose, qualities that naturally draw admiration. So, take a step back and ask yourself, what parts of me have I been hiding and why? How can I show up in the world as my most genuine self? When you embrace authenticity, you not only become unforgettable, but also find inner peace. And isn't that what we're all searching for? 2. Develop your own passions. A woman who nurtures her own passions possesses a captivating allure. It's not just about leading an interesting life, it's about demonstrating independence and confidence in your world. When you invest in what truly excites you, you naturally radiate a sense of fulfillment and purpose that draws others in. As the Stoics remind us, happiness lies not in external possessions, but in cultivating inner riches. Epictetus once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Pursuing your passions is a path to that freedom, a declaration of self-respect and agency. Building a life filled with personal passions speaks volumes about your character. It tells others you're not waiting for someone to complete you, because you're already whole. Whether it's playing an instrument, climbing mountains, or creating art, these pursuits don't just enrich your life, they reveal your uniqueness. Imagine the impression you leave when you talk about your weekends spent hiking to discover hidden trails, or your evenings dedicated to painting landscapes that reflect your emotions. These aren't just hobbies. They're extensions of who you are and windows into your soul. By developing your passions, you cultivate a sense of purpose and adventure that is contagious. Men find women who are deeply engaged in their own interests inspiring, as it signals confidence and emotional resilience. The Stoics teach us to focus on what truly matters, to find joy in the process rather than the outcome. In the same way, your passion should be about the journey, learning, growing, and embracing challenges, not about achieving perfection. It's important to remember that pursuing your interests doesn't require anyone's validation. Fear of judgment often holds us back, but as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Consider this. You've always wanted to learn the piano, but you're worried about starting late or not being good enough. Why let fear rob you of the joy that comes from simply trying? Progress, no matter how small, is a triumph. Your passions also reflect your values and priorities, which naturally attract people who share or admire them. For instance, if you love volunteering at an animal shelter, this not only shows your compassion but also gives others a glimpse into what motivates you. Sharing these aspects of your life builds connections rooted in authenticity and mutual respect. You're no longer just someone who is interesting. You become someone who inspires. Pursuing passions doesn't mean you have to be the best or excel in every endeavor. The beauty lies in the effort and enthusiasm you bring to the table. This is why it's crucial to embrace activities that resonate deeply with you, not ones chosen to impress others. Authenticity in your pursuits is what truly captivates. If you enjoy writing, for example, start journaling or exploring creative writing classes, not to publish a bestseller, but to express yourself. And moreover, engaging in personal interests enhances emotional balance. When you dedicate time to something you love, it provides a sense of calm and fulfillment that helps you navigate life's challenges with grace. This resilience, a key tenet of Stoicism, ensures you remain centered and focused regardless of external circumstances. Your passions become a sanctuary, a reminder of who you are and what you stand for. Take a moment to ask yourself, what lights you up? What's something you've always wanted to explore but haven't yet dared to? Whether it's learning a new language, traveling to a distant place, or creating something with your hands, the only permission you need is your own. Seneca wisely observed, "Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life." Living with passion not only enriches your world but also inspires those around you. It creates a ripple effect. encouraging others to pursue their own dreams. A life filled with purpose and enthusiasm is undeniably magnetic. When you fully embrace your passions, you're not just living, you're thriving. And that, above all, is the essence of an extraordinary woman. 3. Cultivate emotional intelligence. Imagine this. He comes home after a long, stressful day, his shoulders heavy with tension and his words few. Instead of asking a barrage of questions, you choose to sit beside him, quietly offering your presence. After a moment, you say, "I can see today was tough. If you want to talk, I'm here." This simple yet profound gesture speaks volumes. It shows empathy, patience, and emotional intelligence, qualities that are far more impactful than trying to fix the problem immediately. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and navigate emotions, both your own and others. It's a skill that creates harmony in relationships, allowing for deeper connections. The Stoics, with their focus on emotional control and inner balance, remind us of the importance of responding with intention rather than reacting impulsively. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In relationships, this strength comes from being attuned to your partner's feelings and responding with care. Understanding emotions starts with active listening. It's not just hearing words, but tuning into the nuances behind them, the tone, body language, and unspoken feelings. When he shares something vulnerable, resist the urge to interrupt or shift the conversation. Instead, ask questions that deepen the dialogue. "How did that make you feel?" Or, "What can I do to support you?" These small moments of attention build trust and show him that his emotions matter to you. Empathy is another cornerstone of emotional intelligence. It's the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to see the world from their perspective. This doesn't mean agreeing with everything they say, but validating their experience. If he mentions a disappointment at work, for instance, avoid minimizing it by saying, "It's not that big of a deal." Instead, acknowledge his feelings. "I can see how that would be frustrating." This creates a safe space for him to express himself without fear of judgment. Managing your own emotions is equally important. The Stoics believed in cultivating inner peace by focusing on what you can control. Epictetus advised, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In practice, this means staying calm during disagreements and choosing your words carefully. If emotions start to escalate, take a breath, pause, and remind yourself of your intention: to resolve, not to win. Emotional intelligence also involves recognizing patterns in your partner's behavior. Pay attention to the subtle cues that reveal his emotional state. Maybe he gets quieter than usual when he's stressed or avoids certain topics when he's feeling overwhelmed. These observations allow you to offer support in ways that feel intuitive and considerate. For example, if you notice he tends to withdraw after a bad day, you might give him space initially and then check in with a gentle question like, "Would you like to talk, or would you prefer some quiet time?" Incorporating emotional intelligence into your daily interactions isn't just about being reactive. It's about being proactive too. Share your own feelings openly and encourage him to do the same. Vulnerability is a two-way street. When you say, "I've been feeling a little overwhelmed lately, but I'm grateful for your support," it invites reciprocity and deepens the emotional connection. The Stoics remind us that emotional intelligence is not about suppressing emotions, but mastering them. It's about finding the balance between expressing yourself and creating space for others to do the same. This mastery doesn't happen overnight, but with practice, it becomes second nature. At its core, cultivating emotional intelligence is about presence and intention. It's about showing him through your actions that you care, not in grand gestures, but in the quiet, consistent ways that truly matter. This is what makes you unforgettable. It's not the words you say, but the feelings you evoke that leave a lasting impression. 4. Maintain an air of mystery. Have you ever wondered why some people seem endlessly captivating, always leaving you wanting to know more? It's not about hiding who they are, but about revealing just enough to spark curiosity. Mystery is the art of pacing what you share, creating a sense of intrigue that draws others in. For a man, this sense of discovery is both exciting and unforgettable. Stoic philosophy teaches us to act with intention and to show the world only what aligns with our values and goals. As Marcus Aurelius advised, "Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved and the raging of the sea falls still around it." Mystery, like this unshakable rock, is about staying composed and intentional in how much of yourself you reveal, letting others explore your depths at the right time. Consider this example. On an early date, instead of recounting every detail of your life, you share a single, intriguing story. Perhaps it's about the time you spontaneously booked a solo trip to a country you'd never visited, navigating unfamiliar streets with nothing but a map and your courage. Such a moment not only hints at your adventurous spirit, but also invites questions. What inspired the trip? What did you learn? And what else might you be capable of? This approach builds layers of fascination, giving him a reason to keep exploring who you are. Mystery isn't about being secretive or aloof, it's about pacing the flow of information. Think of yourself as the pages of a captivating novel. You wouldn't want to reveal the entire plot in the first chapter. Instead, let your story unfold naturally, keeping him eager to discover what's next. Avoid oversharing early on, leave space for curiosity to grow. This principle applies not only to what you say, but also to how you carry yourself. Your energy, presence, and even moments of silence can all contribute to an air of mystery. For instance, during a conversation, pause thoughtfully before answering a question. This small act signals depth and consideration, making your words feel more meaningful. Maintaining mystery also means embracing subtlety in your actions. Instead of announcing every accomplishment or interest, allow them to emerge naturally. For example, if you're passionate about art, you might casually mention visiting a gallery over the weekend rather than listing every detail about your creative pursuits. This understated approach invites questions and creates opportunities for meaningful dialogue. The Stoics remind us of the importance of self-control, not just in emotions but also in how we present ourselves to the world. Epictetus said, "First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." By choosing carefully what to share and when, you align your actions with the person you wish to be. This intentionality is not only powerful, but also deeply attractive. Another way to cultivate mystery is by embracing your unique quirks and passions unapologetically. Perhaps you have a love for training in martial arts or a fascination with historical architecture. These personal traits, shared in small doses, make you unforgettable because they set you apart. Being authentic yet reserved creates a balance that keeps him intrigued. Finally, remember that mystery isn't about manipulation. It's about inviting others into your world without overwhelming them. Allow your life to remain a mosaic of passions, values, and dreams that others can piece together over time. As Seneca wisely observed, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." So, how will you embrace mystery in your life? Perhaps you'll share a surprising side of yourself? Or maybe you'll pause before revealing more, letting him savor the moment. Whatever path you choose, remember that mystery isn't about holding back. It's about showing just enough to leave him captivated and eager to know more. By mastering this balance, you create a presence that lingers in his mind long after the conversation ends. 5. Be confident and independent. Confidence and independence are qualities that command attention and respect. When you live with pride in your own life, pursuing your goals without relying on others for validation, you create an aura of strength that is undeniably attractive. These traits show that you are whole on your own, a complete individual who can share a meaningful connection without losing yourself. Stoic philosophy reminds us that true confidence comes from within. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Confidence isn't about being the loudest in the room or seeking constant approval. It's about being at peace with who you are and the choices you make. This quiet assurance radiates far more power than any external show of bravado. Independence complements confidence beautifully. It's not about rejecting help or isolating yourself, but about knowing you can stand on your own 2 feet. For example, imagine pursuing a hobby or career path you're passionate about, even if it's unconventional. Whether it's training for a marathon, starting a small business, or learning a new language, the commitment you show to your personal growth reflects self-respect and ambition. Sharing such endeavors in conversations not only highlights your individuality, but also inspires admiration. Confidence also means setting boundaries and respecting your own needs. When you say no to what doesn't serve you, whether it's a toxic relationship, an unreasonable expectation, or simply something that drains your energy, you demonstrate self-worth. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Boundaries protect your peace and allow you to show up fully in the areas that matter most. In relationships, confidence and independence create a dynamic of mutual respect. You're not looking to someone else to complete you, but to complement the life you've already built. Consider the example of planning a weekend getaway with friends instead of waiting for someone to invite you. This kind of initiative shows you value your own time and experiences, making you a more engaging and inspiring partner. A confident woman also isn't afraid to take risks. Whether it's approaching someone new at a social event, sharing an unconventional opinion, or stepping out of your comfort zone to pursue a dream, these bold actions signal strength and courage. And even when the outcome isn't what you hoped for, the Stoics teach us to accept it with grace. It is not the things themselves that disturb us, but the judgments we make about them, Epictetus reminds us. Confidence isn't about avoiding failure, it's about how you rise from it. It's equally important to balance independence with connection. Confidence doesn't mean being closed off or unreachable. It's about being secure enough in yourself to open your heart to others without fear of losing your identity. For instance, sharing a personal story about overcoming a challenge not only shows strength but also invites others to connect with your journey. Your independence also extends to your mindset. A confident woman doesn't allow external circumstances to dictate her happiness. Instead, she focuses on what she can control: her actions, reactions, and attitude. This emotional resilience, rooted in Stoic philosophy, ensures that you remain steady, even in uncertain situations. Imagine walking into a room knowing you belong there, not because of how you look or what you've achieved, but because of the value you bring simply by being yourself. This quiet confidence is magnetic because it's genuine. When paired with independence, it creates a powerful combination that not only draws others in, but also inspires them to be their best selves. Confidence and independence are not about being self-sufficient to the point of isolation. They're about building a life so rich and fulfilling that when you share it with someone, it enhances both your lives. By embodying these qualities, you set a standard, not just for how others should treat you, but for the life you choose to live. And that is a legacy worth creating. 6. Keep a positive and playful attitude. A positive and playful attitude is like a breath of fresh air. It brings lightness to even the most challenging situations and creates a sense of ease that others can't help but gravitate toward. This energy doesn't just make you more approachable, it sets you apart, making every interaction feel meaningful and memorable. Imagine facing a small setback, maybe a flat tire on your way to an important meeting. Instead of letting frustration take over, you laugh and say, "I guess the universe thought I needed an unexpected arm workout today." This ability to find humor in life's imperfections shows resilience and grace. As Seneca once wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." When you embrace challenges with a positive outlook, you inspire those around you to do the same. Positivity is contagious. It transforms the atmosphere in any room, making you a source of comfort and joy. It's not about being overly cheerful or dismissing serious moments, but about seeing the good in situations and helping others do the same. For instance, during a stressful conversation, a light-hearted comment or playful observation can diffuse tension and bring everyone back to the center. Humor plays a big role in fostering connection. Sharing a laugh creates bonds that go beyond words, showing that you're not only confident but also emotionally attuned. Think about how much more enjoyable it is to be around someone who can share a funny story about their day, even when things didn't go as planned. Maybe it's the time you accidentally wore mismatched shoes to an event, or spent hours fixing a problem, only to discover it was a simple oversight. These moments of humor make you relatable and approachable, breaking down walls and encouraging others to share their own stories. The Stoics valued emotional balance, and humor is a powerful tool for maintaining it. Marcus Aurelius taught that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you choose to see the lighter side of life, you cultivate a mindset that can weather storms with grace. This perspective not only helps you, but also inspires those around you to adopt a more positive and playful approach to their own challenges. Playfulness isn't just about humor, it's about embracing spontaneity and finding joy in the small things. It's in the way you suggest a surprise road trip or turn a mundane task into a mini adventure. It's in your ability to make others feel like life with you is always a little brighter, a little more exciting. For example, instead of complaining about a rainy day, you suggest putting on boots and splashing through puddles like kids again. This kind of playful energy isn't about ignoring life's difficulties, but about choosing to live fully, even in the face of them. It shows that you're someone who brings joy wherever you go, a quality that leaves a lasting impression. Positivity also requires balance. It doesn't mean pretending everything is fine when it's not. Instead, it's about finding hope and humor, even in difficult times. If someone you care about is going through a tough period, your positive attitude can provide reassurance without dismissing their feelings. A simple, heartfelt statement like, "I know this is hard, but I believe in your strength, and we'll get through it together," combines optimism with empathy. This approach extends to your self-view as well. When you're kind to yourself, forgiving mistakes, and celebrating small victories, you model a healthy mindset for those around you. As Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By maintaining a playful and positive attitude, you show others and yourself that happiness is a choice, even in imperfection. So, as you move through life, let your positivity shine. Use humor to lift spirits, playfulness to create joy, and optimism to weather life's storms. This energy is magnetic, making you not only unforgettable but also a source of inspiration to those lucky enough to be around you. 7. Challenge him in a healthy way. A woman who can challenge a man intellectually and emotionally commands both respect and admiration. It's not about confrontation or proving yourself superior. It's about sparking growth, stimulating thought, and encouraging him to see the world from different perspectives. When you offer this kind of challenge, it strengthens the bond between you and fosters mutual respect. Imagine he shares a personal goal, like starting a new business or training for a marathon. Instead of simply praising his ambition, you ask, "Have you thought about the potential hurdles you might face and how you'll overcome them?" At first, he might pause, but soon he realizes that your question isn't criticism, it's insight. By prompting him to reflect more deeply, you're helping him prepare for success. This dynamic not only highlights your sharp mind, but also your genuine investment in his growth. The Stoics often spoke of the importance of challenging the mind and embracing constructive dialogue. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." In relationships, this means seeing challenges as opportunities for connection and growth. When you thoughtfully challenge his ideas or offer a different perspective, you're inviting him to think beyond his comfort zone. It's an act of respect, showing that you value his potential enough to help him refine it. Healthy challenges also involve holding him accountable for his words and actions. If he mentions a goal but seems to be procrastinating, you might say, "I remember you talking about this idea, how's it going?" This isn't about pressure, but gentle encouragement, reminding him of the standards he set for himself. Accountability isn't a criticism, it's a way of showing that you believe in his ability to follow through. But challenging him in a healthy way goes beyond intellectual engagement. It also means inspiring him emotionally. For example, if he tends to avoid difficult conversations, you can gently guide him to confront those issues. Saying something like, "I know this is hard, but I believe we can work through it together," fosters emotional growth and strengthens your connection. Another layer of this dynamic is introducing him to new experiences or perspectives. If he's accustomed to a particular routine, you might suggest trying something entirely different, like visiting an art exhibit or exploring a new outdoor activity. These moments not only expand his horizons but also create shared memories that deepen your bond. Healthy challenges are also reciprocal. Just as you encourage him to grow, you should remain open to his perspective and feedback. If he points out an area where you could improve, embrace it with grace. This mutual exchange of ideas and growth opportunities creates a partnership based on equality and respect. As Epictetus wisely said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." The key to challenging him in a healthy way lies in your tone and intent. It's not about proving him wrong or asserting dominance. Instead, it's about sparking curiosity, encouraging thoughtful reflection, and fostering growth. A well-timed question or a carefully considered suggestion can go a long way in showing that you care about his journey and want to see him succeed. This approach also strengthens your own confidence. By engaging in meaningful dialogue and sharing your perspectives, you're asserting your voice and demonstrating emotional independence. Confidence in your ability to challenge him respectfully and thoughtfully reinforces the foundation of your relationship. Finally, remember that a healthy challenge doesn't need to be serious all the time. Playfulness and lighthearted debates can also create opportunities for connection. Whether it's a friendly competition or a spirited conversation about a shared interest, these moments of engagement bring vibrancy and joy to your relationship. When you challenge him in a healthy way, you're not just nurturing his growth, you're also enriching your connection. This dynamic, built on mutual respect and intellectual curiosity, makes your bond not only stronger but also deeply rewarding. And that, above all, is the essence of a thriving partnership. 8. Live a life that inspires him. When you live a life filled with purpose and meaning, you become a source of inspiration that he cannot ignore. It's not about perfection or grand achievements, but about living intentionally, aligning your actions with your values and embracing growth as a lifelong journey. A woman who leads such a life is unforgettable because she embodies strength, resilience, and an unshakable sense of self. Consider this example. Though you have a full-time job, you dedicate time to learning a new skill or mastering a foreign language. This commitment to self-improvement not only enriches your life, but also sparks admiration in him. Seeing your drive to grow encourages him to strive for more in his own life, creating a dynamic where you both inspire and uplift each other. Stoic philosophy teaches us that the greatest fulfillment comes from focusing on what we can control: our choices, actions, and attitudes. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Apply this wisdom to your life by seeking out opportunities to grow, challenge yourself, and pursue your passions. This dedication to living fully not only makes your life more meaningful, but also sets a powerful example for others to follow. Living a life that inspires doesn't require monumental gestures. It's often the small, consistent actions that leave the greatest impact. Imagine starting your day with a morning walk, reflecting on your goals, or practicing gratitude. These habits might seem simple, but they demonstrate mindfulness and self-discipline, qualities that radiate strength and calm to those around you. Inspiration also comes from pursuing goals that align with your personal values. Whether it's volunteering for a cause close to your heart, building a creative project, or supporting your community, these actions show that your life is guided by purpose. For instance, if you're passionate about the environment, you might make small but impactful changes, like reducing waste or supporting sustainable businesses. Sharing these efforts with him not only highlights your dedication, but also invites him to engage with your values. When you live a life that inspires, you naturally cultivate confidence and independence. You're not waiting for someone else to complete you because you've built a fulfilling life on your own terms. This self-sufficiency isn't about isolation, but about creating a foundation so strong that any relationship becomes a partnership of equals, built on mutual respect. In addition to personal growth, living an inspiring life means embracing challenges with grace. As Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." When faced with obstacles, show resilience by focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on problems. For example, if you encounter a setback at work, approach it as an opportunity to learn and improve. Share your experience with him, not as a complaint, but as a story of perseverance and adaptability. Equally important is your ability to find joy and wonder in the everyday. Inspiration doesn't always come from grand ambitions. Sometimes it's found in the way you savor life's simple pleasures. Whether it's exploring a new hiking trail, cooking a meal from scratch, or spending a quiet evening reading, these moments of presence and mindfulness remind others of the beauty in the present moment. Living a life that inspires also involves being true to yourself. When you embrace your authenticity, you give others permission to do the same. Your willingness to be vulnerable, to share your dreams and struggles, creates a connection that is both deep and enduring. Finally, remember that an inspiring life is a journey, not a destination. There will always be room to grow, learn, and evolve. What matters most is the intention you bring to each day and the example you set through your actions. By living with purpose, you not only enrich your own life, but also become a beacon of strength and inspiration for those around you. In the end, it's not about trying to impress him. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. And in doing so, inspiring him to do the same. This is how you create a bond built on admiration, respect, and shared growth, a connection that is as enduring as it is meaningful. Living a life that leaves an unforgettable impression isn't about perfection or following a predefined path. It's about embodying the principles we've explored today, embracing authenticity, nurturing your passions, cultivating emotional intelligence, maintaining an air of mystery, exuding confidence, staying positive and playful, challenging others in healthy ways, and living a life of purpose that inspires. These timeless lessons align beautifully with the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By focusing on what you can control and living intentionally, you not only enrich your own life, but also create meaningful connections with those around you. Take a moment to reflect. Which of these principles resonates most with you? What steps will you take today to embody them in your life? Remember, this journey is uniquely yours. There is no rush or pressure to have it all figured out. Growth is a process, and every small action you take contributes to your transformation. I encourage you to share your story in the comments below. What has inspired you to grow, to live with purpose, or to embrace your authenticity? Your experience could be the spark someone else needs to begin their own journey. The lessons of Stoic philosophy are not just ideas. They are tools for creating a life of meaning, resilience, and connection. Use them to craft your story, one that is not only unforgettable to him, but also deeply fulfilling to you.